Oh, them? Don't worry, I will have them taken care of. If you asked why, then I will tell you. Those 5 have been causing a lot of property damage. It gotten so bad that more than 40,000 people reached out to me. And I gave them 3 warnings. First one was, don't fight in an area where civilians are at risk of dying. Second, don't let humanity give up on you and wants you to quit. And lastly, don't show up late to save someone. I'm saying those because some of them doesn't apply to someone like Sukuna, nor Mahito, but besides that, based on what power or scaling they have in their verse, determines on what bounty I'm willing to place on them. Also, if you noticed, I'm using custom AI generated voice, but besides that, let's decide now. Let's start with Deku, also known as Izuku Midoriya. He is the main protagonist of My Hero Academia, and he also has one of the strongest abilities in his verse, One for All. He is one, not if, the strong hero in that series. Without guessing, I would say he world be around multi-continental because of his scaling to Shigaraki, the final or last fight in the show. But now, since he is the most strongest hero in his show, I'm gonna give a One Piece bounty, because if he was there I would think that he would give a decent fight to the One Piece verse. Like, I'm not wrong when I say this, but Deku is him. He would easily scale up to low or mid Yonko or high warlord, and I'm sure that some of you guys trash on Deku because of My Hero fandom. I think Deku would be solid 2.4 billion, if I'm wrong then tell me in the comments. Next up is Saitama. He is one of the strongest anime characters to ever exist. His scaling is too much, but he is Atlas Galaxy or multiplanetary at most, but he gets stronger every time he fights. Anyways, he can still be taken out somehow, but his bounty got to be high. So let's just say for now, he would be around 500 billion. Next is the King of Curses, Rayaman Sukuna. He is the current strongest in his verse, after killing off our favorite white-haired sensei Gojo, but Sukuna is killing machine. Anyways, his scaling is kinda straightforward, especially when he uses his world-cutting slash. When fighting Yuta and Yuji plus Rika, he is heavily wounded by the Gojo fight, so he is still holding back. Even so, he is still winning that fight, but since that's clear, he's ranking at least high mountain or small country level, but when we was at his strongest when fighting Gojo, he was at high country level. So now that that's cleared, I'm gonna give Sukuna 2.6 billion. Next up he have Kenjaku. Kenjaku or Gato is actually one of my favorite characters in his show, but besides that I'm gonna just call him Gato since that's the original name of that body. Gato is really strong, but in terms of power scaling, it's kinda not the straight on because he is a curse manipulator, so I don't think that it's too great, but judging how he is a special grade like Gojo and was able to solo Yuki, I think that he should be around mid or large city level. So I'm gonna put a bounty of 2.5 billion. Lastly is Mahito. If you watched all of Jujutsu Kaisen then you know he powerful he is. He can transfigurate the soul of anyone he choose. He is a special grade curse and he is annoying as hell, not gonna lie. But his power scale is about city level at most, so with that I'll say he can get 1 billion bounty at most, because we barely got to see his full potential. BC Kenjaku ended up absorbing him. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe or Rimuru is gonna beat me.